Hi guys. Okay, so it is Sunday right now, and we left the house a disaster last night and spontaneously went and did something fun as a family right after dinner. And so anyway, this is how we left the house last night. And there is food on the table. Like, this is really bad. My house hasn't been this gross in a long time. There's food on the counter right here. This is stinking up the entire house right now, and there's fruit flies everywhere, all over this. They're probably, yeah. So anyway, I walked in from church just now, and I could not handle the smell. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so bad. So anyway, right after dinner last night, we went to the pool and we stayed there and didn't get home until almost 10 o'clock. So then we all just went straight to bed. And then this morning, woke up and went to church and had no time to clean. So anyway, this is what the house looks like, and I'm about to get it all cleaned up. So here we go. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Jill with At Home with Jill, and in this video we are going to be doing like an extreme power hour. I am just trying to clean this house as fast as I possibly can and get rid of that smell first and foremost. So right here, right there to the left, rotten mangoes. Those mangoes were not rotten the day before, but let me just say too, like, we don't have air conditioner in our house yet, and it is getting really hot. We are having a heat wave this week, and it was almost 90 in the house this day. Like in the middle of the day, it was almost 90 in the house, and then later on in the evening, it was 80 in the house. So like, it's hot. So there was potatoes in the pantry that were getting stinky, and those mangoes were like the worst thing ever, and they were covered in fruit flies. And so anyway, the first thing I did was get rid of what I could find that might be causing the smell and take that trash bag out immediately and everything. And then so over here on the left side in the sink, it all looked like rinsed dishes, right? So I'm just putting them in the dishwasher. Well, turns out that these rinsed dishes were burying a frying pan that someone cooked eggs in and then filled with water. And so under all these rinsed dishes, and you could see I just opened up the windows because I just uncovered it. And I was like, okay, these windows need to open. But also this little sauce pot was like in it. But yeah, there was a frying pan. It had like egg remnants in it. And someone filled it with water and just left it in the bottom of the sink, and then it got buried. So that smell was actually like the worst. So I honestly think that could have been what it was mostly. I'm not sure. But so I took it out, I rinsed it, dumped that water out, and I sprayed it with Dawn to sit here while I do the rest of the dishes, because I'm like, this pan needs some extra help. I'm not just gonna rinse it out and stick it in the dishwasher. Like, it's gonna have some soap on it soaking up that smell, hopefully. So anyway, that was bad. So, like, if you've ever had a fish, like in a fish tank, and you went too long before cleaning the tank, and then you had to clean out the tank, and you're like dumping out the fish water and like sifting through the like rocks that go in the bottom of a fish tank. That is kind of what it reminded me of. It was so gross, and it had this like nasty film in it. Ugh. Like, if I wasn't wearing dish gloves, I don't think I could have handled it. It was so gross. But anyway, so Now I've got fresh air coming in, even though it is hotter than crap outside. I'm wearing these black pants. I was wearing shoes and socks. I was literally sweating to death by the end of this because, I'm using hot water to rinse these dishes. The pots and pans had like food in them that had to be scrubbed out and stuff. So I had to use hot water. My hair is down on my neck. Like I was sweating to death right here. But also, this was Father's Day, and I could see out the window that my two nieces were up at my brother's house. He lives on my property, and they were up there, and I was just in my head the whole time like, oh my gosh, what if they come down here? They could come down here any minute to come and say hi. So it just kept me going. Like I was like, I am not going to stop because they could literally come down here at any moment. I do not want my house to smell when they come down or them to see it like this. So that actually had me very motivated. And thankfully, they never came down to say hi because once I got done with this power hour, I went up to see them. So I didn't have to worry about that. So now I'm just getting the counters all cleaned up. I have the dishwasher going. There are still more dishes that need to be washed, but they can be done later. For now, just the worst of them are in the dishwasher. And the counters are getting clean. And then I can move on to the rest of the house.
From my window, sun's coming up like the day before. You're like a stone on my pillow. I don't make a sound when I shut the door. You don't have to wake up yet. We can spend all day in bed. I'll put the TV in the room. We'll have a Netflix marathon. Kenny G saxophone. We'll order in a bunch of food. I'll put your favorite music on all the way baritone. Yeah. Shut the lights, go infrared. We can spend all day in bed. I get the wine and the corkscrew. You don't have to do one single thing. You don't know how much I want you. Just looking at you makes my whole world spin. You don't have to wake up yet. We can spend all day in bed. I'll put the TV in the room. We'll have a Netflix marathon. Kenny G saxophone. We'll order in a bunch of food. Put your favorite music on all the way baritone. Shut the lights, go infrared. We can spend all day in bed. Saxophone. We'll order in a bunch of food. I'll put your favorite music on all the way baritone. Shut the lights, go infrared. We can spend all day in bed.
So I actually took a look around this living room and was really tempted to leave it like this and wait for my kids to get home to help me because they clean the living room usually, and a lot of it was their mess. But like I said, I had that motivation of, oh my gosh, anyone could come down here at any minute. So I decided, nope, I'm just going to keep going. I had that chair that was leaning against the couch that needed to go in my trunk because I'm returning it to Walmart. I got a paper shredder, so that's what that box is. I'm putting that in the office. I plan on using that when I declutter in the office. I'm going to declutter like all of our files and everything. I know we're just keeping way too much paperwork, and if we could, we have 2 huge drawers full of like files, and if we could consolidate it into one drawer, then we could be using the other drawer for other stuff. Like, you know, I just feel like it would be really helpful if we could declutter a lot of paperwork, and we just have a lot of stacks of paperwork that just need to be gone through. And like, I have a basket of quote unquote mail that like, it's just overflowing, and it's like stuff I haven't looked at in a year. So obviously we don't need it, you know? So I just feel like I really need to go through paperwork, and I feel like a paper shredder is going to come in really handy. This is my son's little setup where he builds and paints his Warhammer guys. So it's this hobby that my husband and him have, and anyway, it takes up room, it makes a mess, it looks ugly, and I'm just like, please get this out of here. So he's actually putting that in his room now. This is actually the second time. So if you saw that in a different video, it's because he brought it back out because he doesn't like to be secluded. So when he is working on his Warhammer guys, he actually doesn't want to be sitting in his room doing it. He likes to be out here where we are. So he ends up bringing it back out. But anyway, he's bringing it in his room for now. I'm like, when I'm cleaning the house, it's got to go. I just can't like stand looking at it after a while. It's just such a mess, like a cluttered mess. But anyway, once he's done building and painting all his guys, then he won't need that setup anymore at all. So that will be nice. But it does take time. It's a whole thing. But so yeah, I totally wanted to like get the floor all swept and then use my Tyneco to mop the whole floors. But like I said, I was literally sweating to death. Also to the left, that is from when I decluttered the cabinets, and that is still my decluttered pile sitting there taunting me. I overwhelmed myself because I'm like, why did I do this right now when the charter, like most of that stuff needs to get returned to our charter, and our charter is closed for the summer. So I can't return any of it until August. And I'm just like, why did I do this right now? Because now I have to find a place to store all this. All right, so at least I have taken care of the stinky dishes and the stinky rotting fruit and potatoes. And now the counters are clean, the floors are swept, this room is swept and picked up and tidied. But my kids are, eating right now, and they are also playing a board game over here. So, I am also sweating to absolute death from that power hour I just did. And so I am going to clean the rest of the house later when it starts cooling down, because it's almost 2 o'clock and it's almost 100 degrees outside right now. So I'm going to chill until later. All right, guys. So I had just remembered that we put our portable air conditioner in the shed at the end of last summer. I totally forgot about it somehow. And so I was like, now is the time of year when this baby needs to come out and play. Okay. But it was super dusty. Like these filter things, whatever they are, like all of this was like super, super dusty. So, I just decided to vacuum it all. The 2 on the bottom, like, don't come off. So anyway, I'm just vacuuming everything I can. And we had to order a new tube and have that, like, thankfully they had an overnight delivery for the tubes, because when I wanted to set this up the day before, we didn't have the tube. So we had to order one, and it came the next morning, thankfully. And so now this is the next day, and I'm setting it up, and I totally, like, anyway, whatever. I don't know what I was just going to say. But getting this set up so that I can at least cool down, like, the front of the house when I am cleaning or while we're doing homeschool, stuff like that, where we're, like, because when it's super hot like that, like, it's even hard to focus on school. Like, it's just miserable, you know? So, because we're definitely having, like, a heat wave and Santa Ana, like, hot Santa Ana winds and wildfires. Like, there was a wildfire yesterday, ended up giving me a horrible migraine for the rest of the day because of the smoky air. But I'm so thankful that the fire was nowhere near my house, and I don't think anybody's house burnt down. I think it was all vegetation, thankfully. But it was really close to one of my friends' house, so we were just, like, praying for them all day that the wind wouldn't shift, because the wind was blowing in her favor. Like, it was blowing it to where it was spreading the opposite direction. But, like, that was scary. Like, that was really scary. Our whole sky was just filled with smoke. Anyway, I got the air conditioner, like, thing up, and then I was like, oops, it's not going to work in this window. So I had to come move it over here to this window instead. So that's what I'm doing. And as you can see, Briella's just kicked back reading her book. All we've been doing the past, like, couple days when we're at home is, like, trying not to exert energy because it's so hot. So she's just laying there, and yes, she is wearing socks and pants and a long sleeve. She's weird. That's just how she dresses all the time, no matter how hot it is. It's like a phase she's going through. But anyway, woohoo! Got it plugged in. Now I can get it turned on and start cooling down this house. So right here, this was the next night. This was an afternoon, okay? So this was, like, almost evening, and it was almost 80 degrees in the house. Like, this is just not okay. And it's still hotter outside. So it's not like we can just open up the windows and turn on the fans, because it's hotter outside than inside. So we've got to get this air on. And I can't remember if I've said this, but we are getting a mini split. It's just not installed yet. So anyway, we're using this for now. Thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks. Love you guys. Bye.